Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Cougar Stadium for South Australia and Adelaide United. Welcome you for round 7 of the RAANPLSA National Premier League SA. Today's match between Adelaide United and West Adelaide.
For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
Come on! Wait up!
Is everyone ready to play?
I think the people involved, you get to meet a lot of people in football, and that's just one of the great things. Not only is the sport great, but the people involved. So fellow referees, players, coaches, even fans. I love officiating because it keeps me involved in football. I was a player, but I don't reckon I could cut it out there anymore, at least at any decent level. But as a referee, I get to be involved in higher levels of football. Keeps me involved, keeps me fit, and is great fun. I think I have a moment of this is why I do this every week. It's always good fun to get out there, and there are tough moments, but being resilient and succeeding, even just in the little things throughout a match. I think embracing challenges is such an important skill to learn, and as a referee you surely come across a lot of them, and I certainly have. I reckon give it a go. You will face challenges, but that's a part of it, and I think embracing challenges is such an important skill to learn.
At Service FM, we know every workplace is different. Every challenge is unique. That's why we personalise our services to our customers' different needs across different industries. From medical to mining and manufacturing, hospitality to healthcare, commercial to defence. So when you need to create a better work environment, you need Service FM. Proud partner with Football South Australia.
Adelaide wakes up with 5AA, David Penberthy and Will Goodings, Tom Wren for sport, Jade Robran on the scene as it happens, Jess Adamson with the news that matters to Adelaide, Breakfast with David and Will, bringing together the names you trust with everything you need to know to start your day. Always live, always local and only on 5AA, always Adelaide.
morning and welcome to Cooper Stadium for the final match of round 7 in the men's RAANPL here in South Australia. Adelaide United versus West Adelaide here at Cooper Stadium for the second and last time this season. As we see on screen, the table come up. A few changes have occurred over the weekend. Of course, for this game in particular, Adelaide United able to leapfrog West Adelaide if they do get the 3 points today. West Adelaide possibly able to jump now Campbelltown in 6th place. If they are able to get 3 points, we'll go through the starting lineup, starting with Adelaide United, the home side for this afternoon. A few changes, of course, due to the Socceroos Championships and suspension. Head coach Paul Vannis putting Fabian Talent here and Liam Stan to come in the starting place of Nicola, who was red-carded late last week against Campbelltown City, and Fabian Gurley, brother of Michael Gurley, on the West Adelaide bench today. Also had to make his way on the pitch from the dugout. Head coach is Liam Stan, is Paul Vannis, sorry. As we look at West Adelaide as well, coming off 2 consecutive draws on opposite ends of the scale in 4-4 versus Campbelltown and 0-0 versus FK Beograd. They make just the 2 changes as Luca Fabrizio and Eduardo Castaneda return to the starting 11, being Marco Grelli and Connor Golan drop to the bench. Riley Stam and Maxim Ivanic have a combined 11 goal contributions up front together this season. They will look to combine once again up top for West Adelaide. Head coach is Ben Cockrell. Just about to get underway. Lovely to have your company. I'm Seb O'Neill, joined alongside Alessio Carocci for this big one as we are about to get underway. Our referee Tom Brinkworth and assistant referees Thomas Temby and Alex Diamonds kick us off. And Alessio, what are you expecting from this one?
I'm expecting a big game. I mean, both teams are looking for a win. They've been both held to a couple of draws in recent weeks, especially for West Adelaide having to claw back a 4-4 in the last couple of weeks, and 0-0 at home last week's definitely not what they want to see. But as you said, goals galore for their front line at the moment, and with the ins they've had this week as well, I think they're going to solidify that midfield.
West Adelaide already looking early on to try and attack. Here's Ivanic making his way into the box, but held off by Bailey O'Neill. Kuzman having to really toe the line there and make his way down until he is dispossessed. Tatu with some lovely close control, and he drives through the centre. Has options to his left and right, plays the ball in, it's a good one. Looking to find the cutback, cuts past one, instead goes for goal. And it just goes past that post of Jackson O'Donnell's for what looks like it'll be the first corner of the match, just under a minute in.
Yeah, Battistella, great little run there in behind, found well by Tatu as well. And of course, Battistella's got some goal-scoring pedigree here at Cooper Stadium. In the past NPL games that have featured here, he's done well and scored some goals. So I'm sure he's looking to get his name on the tally yet again tonight.
Corner for the Reds. Delivered into the front post, only flicked upwards and then headed in. Having to be cleared eventually. Crawford. Seeing if he was able to just flick it on there. Tatu coming on the end of it. He tries to switch the ball across field, but won't reach another teammate in red as Vinko Stanisic will just shield this ball back. Has played the 3 A-League matches, of course, Vinko Stanisic this season. After the A-League team had Bart Vriens and Panakikianis out for a period of time. That one takes a deflection and very high up in the air. Stanisic again. Garuccio. O'Neill. Kasumovic back into midfield with Joey Garuccio. Battistella. Bezo Kasumovic. It's a nice switch ball over the touch, not the same. West Adelaide now looking to get on the front foot. Good header by Kasumovic to get it away only for now. O'Neill with inventive ball work there. They managed to get it wide until it's put out for a throw.
So interesting formation I think I've seen here, Seb, for Adelaide United coming out of the blocks early. It looks like Talladega is sitting at the base of midfield, but I think he lines up as one of the second centre-backs in the formation, and then when they end possession, he gets forward as well. So interesting position for him now. So we've seen him play left-back a lot in this NPL team and even the A-League as well. So to see him back in his midfield role is something that I'm sure he's going to be very familiar with.
And Jack doing very well there just to prevent Liam Stam from getting a touch on that ball. Scored his first ever NPL goal in that 4-4 draw versus Campbelltown a few weeks back. Joining from FKB grad this season, which he was very impressive as a pairing alongside Cooper Nunn. Is their forward line trying to poke one through there, was it Eduardo Castaneda? It's a poor giveaway, and the shot on goal saved by Ethan Cox, giving West Adelaide their first corner of the match.
Yeah, brilliant shot there from Fabrizio. Good midfield battle there between Castaneda and Fabrizio and the Adelaide United youngsters as well. You could see they're getting in real hard with those 50-50s, the West Adelaide pairing, and they've done well on that occasion to win the ball back in a dangerous position and take the strike early, which is something that Ethan Cox wasn't expecting.
Will be Diego Oliveira to take this corner for West Adelaide. Missed a bit at the start of the season due to injury, but has come back into the squad in recent weeks. As he puts in a low corner there, not too sure what the idea was, but they will get a second bite of it from the other side.
Yeah, poor delivery and even more of a poor clearance there from Talladega. Fortunately, scooped it up enough to go out for another corner, but it was dangerous there for Ethan Cox as it just dropped above his crossbar. The
Brazilian will swap sides to take this corner in front of our referee Thomas Temby. Bit better that time. Header away is cleared. Finds the edge of the area with Castaneda. And maybe just not on the same wavelength as he was trying to approach the ball there.
Yeah, he won that ball ahead of his defender there, and maybe a shot would have been on as well, but he goes for the pass first time, and he had two on the left of him who were just not ready for that, and it just went past Ivanic there, where it could have been a good strike for him on the left foot.
Harry Crawford hasn't had too many A-League minutes this season compared to last course. Has a goal to his name at this stadium. Mainly just being used as a part of the NPL team as Bailey O'Neill. Another who's been involved in recent weeks. That's a spill from O'Donnell and a high boot. That attack able to be stopped due to the foul.
Yeah, another bit of good work there from Bailey O'Neill. Another player I haven't seen have much A-League interaction over the last couple of years. I think he's yet to make his A-League debut, actually.
Has been on a few benches this season. I think as most recently as last week, possibly.
Yeah, so he's back in his left fullback role as well. I know he played centre-back a number of times this season as well. So more comfortable lineup, I think, for the youth team today. And he's looking like he's showing his expertise early as he wins another tackle in the middle of the park there. But good attacking prowess at the moment from the youth team.
He's also a under-17 and under-20 international for Australia is Bailey O'Neill. Fulham United junior. Another cross to come in. It's not a bad delivery. Morati able to sweep up.
Advantage there making that pass as well. You can see how deep defensively West Adelaide get. They're all in their own box, almost in their own half, and with two strikers of that caliber and Stam and Ivanic, you'd expect both of them to sit up front and wait for the balls to come to them and maybe hold it up. So it's good to see that there is some defensive work rate as well going between them.
O'Neill having to go up against Luca Fabrizio, claiming that he was fouled by Fabrizio, but plays let to go on. It's a poor ball there from Maxim Ivanic. He was trying to find Riley Stam. One of two sets of brothers playing across two sides this afternoon. Liam and Riley both on opposing sides, and Fabian and Marco Grelli both on the bench for West and Adelaide United. There's also Siddiqui Doukouli, of course, Yaya playing for the senior team. You can say 2.5 maybe. Here's Tatu. Trying to make his way past Murati, putting in a low ball, but last touch does come off Ali Rayas Murati for another corner. Just under 10 minutes in here at Coopers.
Yeah, it's been a bright start from the Adelaide United youth team in this half so far. They've kept West Adelaide into their own penalty box in half for most of it so far, and 10 minutes just about to go.
He practiced set pieces. Tatu finds O'Neill as he goes low. O'Donnell just getting a touch to it. And... oh no, sorry. A goal kick.
Yeah, it looked like his arm was pointed to that corner flag. It looked like more of a diagonal arm than a straight one back for a goal kick, but we'll have to see it. I don't think maybe O'Donnell did get a touch in the end, but the Adelaide United players were obviously expecting that to be the call. Belliano doesn't score too many goals, but when he does, it seems to be quite weldies.
Gets past one, and then another. He shot on goal. Another goal kick. Certainly Adelaide United starting the brighter of the two sides, you'd have to say, so far.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they're making their passes stick in the middle of the park, and they're definitely trying to unleash their wide players. You know this formation very well with Bailey O'Neill and Harry Crawford bombing down those wings, and of course you've got Tatu, Battistella, and a couple of others like Garuccio who like to occupy those wide positions too. So they're always going to be pouncing on the defensive mistakes and in the middle to try and unleash these youngsters with a lot of pace. And at the moment they're really showing the better of the two sides so far.
There's a very well won header having to leap, but now called in possession. West Adelaide trying to put that ball in through. Cox opting to clear. That's a poor header right into the path of Liam Stamp. Curling ball out for a throw for Amlani Tatu.
Yeah, talking about Harry Crawford as well, we do see him playing at the right fullback more and more in the NPL over the last couple of seasons, and that looks like it's a position that they're trying to mould him into maybe for the A-League. I mean, most people probably would have expected a bit more appearances with Dylan Perias' long-term injury, but the performances of Jay Barnett there at right fullback has just led him to not be able to get into the team at the moment. But he's showing a lot of promise in this NPL team, and he's getting on the goal score sheet quite a lot as well, Crawford. So he's doing his like no changes by getting his form in this NPL team, and that's what a lot of these players have to keep doing as well.
O'Neill finds Battistella, and he in turn finds the wide ball himself. The shot's going to come in here from Crawford. Goal kick. Sorry, corner.
Yeah, that arm's a bit more diagonal by Brinkworth there, and it's going to be a corner for the home side here, Adelaide United. But again, they're just finding that width and finding the players out wide as well. A lot of those West Adelaide players are so worried about blocking the shot and getting a body in front of that central one, when as soon as it gets sprayed out wide, there's a lot of free space for that winger to attack into, and Crawford has been the beneficiary of that so far.
Speaking of, Crawford is there as the option for the short corner. Don't know if it will go that way. At the front post, they're only just about as far as the penalty spot.
Yeah, it's something you don't really see too often. Adelaide United actually going to whip in a dangerous delivery, an aerial threat as well. Very normally they go short from free kicks, from corners, from goal kicks even sometimes. So it was interesting they've done that. They've obviously got a bit tall timber in the squad these days with Kasumovic, Stanisic, and even some of the tall strikers as well. But with some of the aerial threats and expertise of these NPL teams they come up against, they really don't often go long or go aerially.
Diego, this ball is mopped up and cleaned. Adelaide United now through Tatu on the left. His second touch just failing him, and that will be a foul. And a free kick for West Adelaide.
Yeah, you've got to say those two ins for West Adelaide as well tonight, this afternoon, sorry, in Castaneda and Fabrizio. That midfield pairing and the trio of De Oliveira and those two as well, it's got to be one of the strongest and toughest midfielders to come up against. I mean, all three of them are big bodies, very, very muscular as well, and tough for these young players for Adelaide United to get through, as you see Castaneda do well to find a turn and a pass that might find its way to Ivanic.
Rodriguez was perhaps the first target there, the Chilean, but couldn't get the touch right. Stanisic across to Kasumovic, and now O'Neill. The run in, if he wants to go for it. It's a good sliding ball in there. Adelaide United coming again. It's a high cross in. That's headed away by Murati. And loops to stay in. Tatsu. O'Neill. Fabian Taladera. Not rushing too many attacks at the moment. Adelaide happy to take their time and wait for that killer ball. Kuzmin gets dispossessed and will have to try and win it back up against. Doesn't do so. With Ali Reyes Murati on his tail.
Yeah, he's another one that's come in over the last couple of weeks. They've tried a couple of the midfielders coming through the reserves and NTC system in this youth team when there is spots available up for grabs. And it's, I think Sajjad Nasiri's on away with national or emerging talents camp as well. So Kuzmin's got the opportunity today and for the next couple of weeks to stake his claim for that position. But I thought Nasiri the last couple of weeks since when he's played has been a fantastic revelation in the midfield as well. So Kuzmin's got a real big chance here to try and stake a claim to find some more appearances in this youth team senior setup over the next couple of weeks.
O'Neill. His cross is high and looping at the back post, and that will go straight out for a goal kick. Just on those players that are unavailable, Sasaway, Kalen Alagic, Larish Fesko, and Riyad Rahidi, all with the under-16s at the Emerging Socceroos Championships. They have their first game this afternoon at 4 p.m. against Northern New South Wales. And also the likes of the Adelaide senior players, if you can call them that, Brody Burkett, Panache Madana, Satiri Phyllis, not playing with the youth team this afternoon. That's a giveaway, easy enough, and what a header from Alex Banjak, getting his head in the way at the perfect moment. But a complete capitulation at the back for West Adelaide.
Yeah, they opted to go short there, and I'm not sure who the intended target was, but it was a very poor pass out. And
Tatsu with the touchdown, needs to find the cutback, does do so. West Adelaide in very desperate areas to try and clear this ball now. They do well up until the touch from Stam.
Yeah, watching that back on replay, I mean, there was I'm not sure that the target must have been Castaneda in the centre of midfield there, but a very slow pass and read easily by Stam. Did all he could to try and put a shot on target, but Banjak, what a clearance. I mean, even to just get enough on that so it goes out and not deflects into your own net.
Rodriguez, though, looking to really change the shape of the game. Ivanic, we've seen it in these positions before as he hits the post. Murati. This one's from distance. Heading wide.
Two great left-footed strikes there from West Adelaide out of nowhere as well. I mean, I thought Ivanic closed up his angle there by letting it run across his body and still going with his left foot, but you know what you can do with that left foot? You can just find strikes from impossible angles, and then even Castaneda with the sweeping effort after that could have found its way into the bottom corner if it was just a couple of inches to the left. But they're doing well, West Adelaide, on the counter, especially after all this pressure. You'd expect some of those midfielders and attackers to be tired for all the chasing they've been doing, but they've been calm in front of goals at the moment.
Just on that header from Banjak, do you think defenders are eligible to win Save of the Week? Tatsu looking to make the defence do some more work. End-to-end at the moment here. Stamp completing the switch to Crawford. He wins another corner.
Yeah, again, as we said, they're just finding that width very easily at the moment, Adelaide United. I know they're trying to stay compact, West Adelaide, but they're just allowing a lot of space out wide for some of these players. And if they find 2v1s out there, they're really going to be dangerous in a couple of opportunities in a minute. Another set-piece opportunity where it looks like they may be There we go, they're back to going short, so
Talladega will receive it on the second and look to provide. He's caught slightly under pressure, but sure enough to make sure he had no more. Header back in the centre by Kasumovic, and then the shot on target. Off target, sorry.
Yeah, Garucho there, bit of a wishful opportunity there, hitting that on the first time volley, on the first time without the bounce as well. We've seen him score a couple of good goals as well, and he's probably been one of the leading men for this youth team so far this season, scoring a couple of goals and really leading from his performances week in, week out. He hasn't had a lot of opportunity with the A-League team in the latter part of this season, but his performances are really banging on the door of Anthony Andrioli to call him up after a couple of his star goals.
Kuzman has it taken off of him, concedes the throw. Banjak to O'Donnell, formerly a part of the Adelaide United youth team. Now Jackson O'Donnell at 29. Also with Croydon and Beergrad, Campbelltown and Metro. Very experienced goalkeeper. Ivanic putting in a nice ball for Stam, maybe a hint of offside, but won't matter in the end.
Another good win there in the middle of the park by De Oliveira, though. I think these midfield of West Adelaide are really showing up to the game, coming up against a lot of difficult opposition in these midfield, very technical players, and they're really showing their imperial force with some of the duels they're winning at the moment. If they could just find that final pass to unleash some of these attackers, I think that'd be quite dangerous. West Adelaide, that's a better ball.
Stam maybe to beat Cox in a one-on-one. The United goalkeeper getting there first. Made his senior NPL debut here, did Riley Stam, for the youth team in that first ever league match against Campbelltown back in early 2024. Which they did lose 5-0 on that occasion.
I think he had an offside goal as well. That was, he missed out on as well, and that would have been one of his only goals for the youth team. He had an unfortunate year due to injuries and drop downs as well, and I'm sure he's hoping for a little bit better from his...
Finding the cross, sorry Alessio.
That's right, I was just about to say, I think he's hoping for a bit of a better opportunity for his brother now in the youth team. Another young talent, a striker as well, it seems. Seeing him do some good things as well so far in his first season here. And obviously he's had quite a few years in the youth team there as well at Adelaide United in the reserves and the NTC program. So he's had a good upbringing and scored a lot of goals in the youth system as well. So he's got the opportunity now, and especially with the limited drop downs you get these days from the Adelaide United team, because a lot of them are just keeping the base of that A-League squad. So he's got a real big chance to stake a claim.
Cross comes in low. Yeah, since Riley Stam moving on from Para Hills in that outstanding Golden Boot winning season in 2023, has just found it hard to find his footing at both Adelaide United and also FK Beergrad. Last year only had the 2 league goals, but already 3 goals and 2 assists in 6 matches, ironically against a former teammate at FK Beergrad in Maxim Ivanic, just both at a new club, both shining, both as a unit and individually.
Yeah, it just goes to show as well, being at FK Beergrad, there was a lot of players in and around him that were also looking for that striker start or looking for a winger position. Even Ivanic had to play on the wing a number of occasions because of that. And now he's got his role as a dual 9 there with Stam as well. So maybe that's the difference there. They've both been able to shine in their favoured roles, and they're at a club where maybe they don't have not less competition, but they are really the leading person for that role. They don't have players always making a stake for that role as well.
Ivanic was trying to play through Stam again, and Stam claiming to have been fouled by Vinko Stanisic, and Stanisic telling Stam very quickly to get back up.
Yeah, I thought he had a chance there if he could stay on his feet, Stam. That ball was played at excellent pace for him to go onto it.
Tatsu unable to touch that ball. Instead it was Maradi. Trying to keep it in, but internally makes it go further out. Quarter of the way through this one, 0-0 between Adelaide United and West Adelaide in the final match of round 7 of the men's RAANPL South Australia. Chat to a local who backs you and your team. It's better to be a member with RAA. Yeah, that quarter of the way through, 23 minutes now on the One World LED and Sportal System scoreboard for all your indoor and outdoor digital display solutions.
Yeah, about halfway through this first half, and not a lot of action for the goalkeepers to make. Obviously hitting the upright before Ivanic, and then a goal cleared off the line by Banjak. But as we were talking about prior to the kickoff today, West Adelaide seem to be a team that concedes most of their goals in the first half, and later on in games they look to close up shop and even score some themselves. So they keep a clean sheet going into this half. I think they'll be happy.
8 of their 11 goals conceded this season have come in the first half for West Adelaide. Quite a few in and quite a few out in terms of goals for them. It was their first season back in the top flight of South Australia since 2023.
And even the last couple of games here at Hindmarsh for the NPL haven't provided a lot of goals either. I mean, the last game here was 1-0 to FK Beograd. That's a loose pass though from Stanisic. Keeper's off his line.
Ivanic trying to find Ethan Cox, and Cox just patting it down.
Yeah, I think it was a couple of years ago, maybe the first iteration of this, where it was Campbelltown 5-0 winners over Adelaide United youth team. But other than that, I don't think we've seen more than 2 goals for any team here.
It's been now, this is the 4th match since this tradition, I guess you can call it, has started with Adelaide United playing at least a game or 2 this season in particular at Coopers. There's a foul in midfield there. Yeah, that first match ending 5-0 the way of Campbelltown. Then round 4 in 2025, Adelaide United 3, Croydon 2, where Passia John scored that 3-minute brace. Brody Burkett scoring late on to win it. And then, of course, a few weeks ago, Beograd 1-0 through Lorenzo Baselli. So only the 1 win out of the 3 league matches played here for Adelaide United. And 8 goals conceded in those 3, hoping to not make it any more this afternoon for our home fan ahead, of course, their A-League game this afternoon against MacArthur FC. His free kick comes in from Diego. The header, there's no real direction on it. It just goes right back out.
I think Kirk's asking the question, was he pushed in the back as he was trying to make a claim to win that header? And I think Thomas Brinkworth saying it was a footballing action. They were just both going for the ball, and he was just the loser of the 50-50 battle. Of course, Dion Kirk, I think, has had some experience playing here at Hindmarsh for Campbelltown in the grand final a couple of years ago, many years ago now. I think it was 2019 and probably prior to that as well. But one of the only players out here for at least West Adelaide who had some experience playing on this pitch before. A little bit after here.
Quickly sorted out by Tom Brinkworth.
I think it's just the classic step over and slowing them down to get up. I think you see it in a lot of American sports these days where they're on the ground and they step over them just to assert some authority, and I think that's just what Bailey O'Neill has just done over Maradi, and he wasn't happy with where he planted that foot, and I think there's just nothing doing there from the referee's point of view.
O'Donnell launches long, only to find the chest of Fezo Kasumovic. Taladera giving the ball away though. De Oliveira played and scored against the senior team, of course, late last year as he was playing for the RAANPLSA All-Stars. That one was at Service FM Stadium, ending up in a win on penalties for the A-League team, but the NPL All-Stars putting up a very good fight that afternoon. Also captained the side too, did Diego Oliveira, while he was at Para Hills. free kick for West Adelaide. It'll be Alex Banjak to take it. Very cool afternoon here in Adelaide, about 24 degrees. A few clouds. I'll actually check if it's going to be raining or not. It rained a little bit this morning, but not too sure if we're going to get any during match play. Alrighty with this throw right down the line. Back heel.
Yeah, you'd hope,
strong but fair collision.
You'd hope there's no rain. I mean, this is the last A-League game here at High Marsh later on, so we might be seeing a few more make their way inside in the second half, ready for that A-League game afterwards, and hoping for a decent crowd here as well. I mean, potential for an A-League finals game here later on if things go correctly in the last couple of games and a couple go our way as well, but hopefully I think it'd be better to have no rain and a good spectacle here as well for a massive game in terms of the A-League.
And of course the possibility, depending on the status of Heidelberg United's Asian Champions League football on the line as well, possibly for Adelaide United, the senior team. Battistella on the right wing. Finds it short for Crawford. Taking himself right to the line and crossing it back in directly towards a penalty spot. Tatu shaping up on the edge of the box. Ends up in a corner.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. We'll have a look at this on replay where the deflection may have came from De Oliveira on this back. But I think, yeah, a few are asking the question there. But again, cross on the right side from Crawford was probably not his best of deliveries. But the clearance there from Castaneda wasn't the best of his clearances either. And Tatu had the space to shape and shoot and face the goal and just couldn't keep his effort down.
Fabian Talatira on another corner.
And this one definitely would not be going short by the looks of things unless there's somebody making a run from the near post, but a bit of a scuffle in the middle of the box to deal with first. But again, 15 minutes going into the second half here. I think Adelaide United have been the better of the two sides. They haven't created too many clear-cut chances, but they have the lion's share of possession, that's for sure.
Corner will now be allowed to be taken. It's not a bad one. Kasumovic getting the header down, but not enough towards goal. Battistella momentarily dropping deep. Tatu. Nice footwork up against Maradi. Tatu putting in the cross, but a bit too much on that one. Crawford having to chase down to keep it in play. He's taking a deflection in favour of Liam Stam. Stanisic. Stam. Able to get past one. Looking for the ball back and another cutback looking for United. And another corner, half an hour in.
Yeah, some good football on that far side. A little triangle between Stam, Garuccio and Crawford. Really playing with the West Adelaide back line and trying to create that cut opportunity. And it was a great pass there from Garuccio, splitting the lines in between the centre-back and the full-back to find Crawford there. Again, his delivery, looking for a cutback this time. But I think that's probably one thing that they've got to improve on in the second half, Adelaide United. They've had a lot of opportunities to put crosses in, cutbacks, and either they haven't had the numbers in the box or they haven't had the accuracy to find those players. And I think that's just what's letting them down in the final third at the moment.
That one at the front post, stipping onto the roof of the net for a consecutive corner.
I think Liam Stan there with a small argument with the referee asking for he's being held while he's trying to make the header, and maybe should be a foul there, but I think there's nothing that soft that would be given at this point of the action.
Another possible short corner as Garuccio comes within close proximity, but will go right back out as the corner whips in towards the front post. Falls to the edge for Battistella, and then again a second time needing to be cleared. O'Neill trying to find Crawford. Falls nicely here for Garuccio. Goes himself, does Garuccio, and a nice finish. Just over half an hour in from Joey Garuccio as he gets his second for the season. and puts the Reds 1-0 up here at Coopers.
Yeah, another player with history here at Coopers Stadium, scoring in NPL games in the past as well. And what a finish. I mean, you could tell by the West Adelaide players, no one wanted to touch him. He just kept driving into the box, creating an angle for him to shoot. Got it on that favoured left foot, and he just fired it in from close range. I think it might have been a near post, but great dribbling from him there. Great cut, and then just smashed in past Jackson O'Donnell.
Are you saying he goes past 5 players there?
Potentially. I mean, we've just seen him back on replay there, and that was just such an expert delivery and expert dribbling there, Mike Maruccio. I mean, we've seen how many times he can do some great things in this league and even in the A-League as well off the bench, but he's just staken another claim there for Anthony Andreoli to just let him know that I'm still here, I'm still scoring goals. If you need something, I've been performing.
7 matches in the A-League, and of course that one goal, which was his first or second touch, still debated over at Wellington, which was a match in which the Reds did lose over in New Zealand. That adds to his account for this season. That was Joey Garuccio. Of course, another one of those names with history in football in South Australia. Cox, long over the top for Tatu, gets the first touchdown and the finish just wide. But worrying for West Adelaide, you think, straight from Cox to Tatu and getting a shot on goal. Yeah,
they're getting some confidence now, Adelaide United, and you know the distribution of Ethan Cox. He can just find people on a dime, and on that occasion it was Tatu who made that from outside to inside run. He disturbs the defenders. They don't know whether to chase him or to let it fall to the goalkeeper to deal with, but he just created a little bit of uncertainty in the back lines of West Adelaide, and as we said, they do concede some first half goals, so they want to keep it at least to 1 if they couldn't keep the clean sheet till half time. But yeah, they're growing into this game, Adelaide United. Tatu now is away.
Yeah, their 9th goal conceded in the first half this season for West Adelaide. Tatu. O'Neill. Similar positions, which they have been, as O'Neill. The shot coming in from him was an interesting one. Had a bit of curve to it in an unorthodox fashion.
Yeah, it was a similar position that he's scored goals in the past as well. I remember a great one against Campbelltown at Service FM as we see another turnover.
Tatu playing in a nice ball for Garuccio, of course, looking for the brace. Stan. Liam Stan putting a ball in himself. That's a late swipe there from Liam Stan to give away the foul. 10 minutes left to play until half-time, with the Reds 1-0 up through Joey Garuccio.
Yeah, more on Joey Garuccio as well. I think he's been one of the most experienced players in the youth team of today's lineup, at least, playing in a number of games. And he's really had a talismanic figure. See a break here, sorry.
West Adelaide looking for this equaliser. Ivanic coming off Kasumovic for a corner.
Yeah, he's really been a talismanic figure. I mean, he's captained the side on a number of occasions this season as well, and he's been one of the players who's featured in most of the games so far, and yeah, he's been the one to take the penalties, take some of the free kicks as well, so he's got a really big role to play this year, and to make sure that that form translates into the professional games of the A-League, and he provides some more impacts off the bench for the A-League team as well.
Ball comes in towards goal. Cox able to get down low and capture just on that experience. Cox, the oldest in the squad today at 22. But then there is O'Neill, Taladera and Garuccio, all at 20 years of age, as the second youngest in the team. Youngest player in the squad in terms of ages as 17. Do normally tend to see maybe a 15 or a 16-year-old every now and then with the Adelaide United team.
Yeah, in their registered team, I mean, we saw at the start of the season they had 2010, 2011 born players in their squad. Of course, some of them haven't featured so far, or sometimes they've been on the bench as well. But going back to those few that are at the 20 years of age mark, I mean, they're all on youth contracts or scholarship contracts with the A-League team as well. But it can't be much longer where they can play in this team. They try and keep this as an under-21s team, Adelaide United youth team. So besides the goalkeeper, I think there's probably not a lot of years left for them to either make a mark on the A-League team, or they might have to find their way back through the NPL system, just as it goes with the age rules here and what they try and keep them at. But I think at least those three have provided that they can go to the next level. They are training with the team professionally on a major basis. So I think maybe just a bit more impact off the bench with the A-League team, or even in some preseason games where they get the chance with the A-League team, is where they've got to show some of this talent. But it'll be much longer that they'll be in this team playing in the NPL before even maybe some other interstate A-League teams might even pick them up.
West Adelaide haven't had too spectacular of a first half, and across not so. We've got a second in here. That should be a low ball on the edge of the box here for Rodriguez. The Chilean yet to get a goal to his name this season. Has an assist after joining from Magallanes in the Chilean second division.
Yeah, a bit of an unknown, him, Rodriguez, as well there. I mean, they made a lot of those signings in the off-season. A couple of them left before the season even started. So he's obviously made his name for himself coming into the team when a few of those players were injured. Oliveira as well.
Garuccio finds the cut back for Stam. Wasn't able to get the touch, though. Harry Crawford. A cross which becomes a switch for Tatu. His first touch failing. O'Donnell clearing in his ball. Nothing too clean cut. That's a easy one for Tom Brinkworth to call, as Bailey O'Neill just... It's a nice shove in the back towards... It was Rodriguez.
Yep, South American special, that one. Just backing into the play. I know they're going to commit, and they always go down. They always win the foul as well. You've got De Oliveira in this team as well, who's probably used to a bit of that as well. But it's just the body work. I mean, sometimes you just got to be smart about keeping your body in front of the ball and waiting for the overcommit of the defender, and you win them most occasions. I think there's a couple of our players in our league who are very good at that as well. Alex Mullen, one to note, and even in the state leagues as well. Ali Akil, I've noticed for Adelaide Olympic, really loves that step over into the defender and putting his body in front to win some fouls. So really like to see that from a couple of the imports.
Taladera went to both the Under-20 Asian Cup and Under-20 World Cup. The World Cup, he played 4 matches of both against Italy and Cuba. To Fabian Taladera. Loving run from Garuccio. Doesn't use him. Inko Stanisic up in the nosebleeds there. From centre back, O'Neill. Was he fouled there by Castaneda? No. Bailey O'Neill getting a booking.
Yeah, well, I'm very surprised with that. We'll have a look at that one back on replay. I do think there was a leg left in there by Castaneda. I mean, maybe he was buying it, and he's one that is not South American, so maybe he can't be the one to stake a claim for a foul like that. But that one was, yeah, definitely one interestingly made there by Thomas Brinkworth. I'm sure all the players can see it now on the replay screens around the grounds. Thought there was a leg left in there by Castaneda, but yellow card for diving on a defender as well. He's going to come up against some attackers who are going to want to take him 1v1. So at least that's something positive for West Adelaide to look at now.
Second positive as they come forward here again. Needing something late on. It was a good run and a good ball, but just slightly too early on both.
Yeah, heavy again in the attacking third from West Adelaide. They found those passes and they are available, but just the weight of ball has not been on their side in this first half so far. I mean, they play on an artificial pitch at their home ground as well, so they know how slick and how quickly the balls can be played. So on a large pitch like this at Cooper Stadium, wet before the game as well, ball is going to carry, and they've just got to really note that for the second half if they are to get back in this game.
I was going to say, there is a few different sort of experiences for these players, of course. As you said, they have the luxury of having the big screen replays, which I'm sure they'll happily provide context to the referee if anything doesn't go their way. A much bigger pitch here at Cooper's, of course, as Tatu goes down and is fouled on that occasion. a few more luxuries perhaps than both sides are used to in a regular NPL match.
Yeah, I mean, some of these replays, you only see them at Cup semi-finals, Cup finals or Grand Finals as well. So West Adelaide would know that from playing in the Grand Final last year in State League 1 and in other years as well. But in terms of seeing yourself back on the replay, I mean, if you're scoring at Cooper Stadium, that's got to be a major memory to keep. And you'd probably be seeing them look at the replay of them scoring if they do, in fact, do that. But for the Adelaide United players, they know that this is just the tricks of the trade and what they're hoping to do at the next level as well in the A-League at this venue.
Crawford and Kuzman. Crawford will look to go direct, looking for that top right.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity to put a delivery in there and maybe just let it float to the far post and get a little flick on, but he's opted to go for the shot instead there, and didn't really trouble the goalkeeper O'Donnell.
Can West Adelaide get an equaliser before half-time? Adelaide, of course, yet to keep a clean sheet in their now 4 matches here at Cooper's. Currently on for one here. Ethan Cox only having the one so far this season, and that was against Adelaide Comets in that 1-0 win.
Yeah, not many chances in that game. I commentated that one, and he was quite lucky to keep a clean sheet. I think Comets had a...
Marati putting in the cross. Stam winning the header. United's under a bit of pressure for perhaps first real occasion of the half as West Adelaide do go back. Now West Adelaide under pressure, trying to play the ball forward.
Nice work in the middle there by De Oliveira and Castaneda, getting out of that press from Adelaide United.
Here's Wall White. Leaves Adelaide United with a 2-on-1. Adestella was looking to go for himself and decided to leave Liam Stamp on a run of his own.
Yeah, wrong decision, I think, there. He was away there, Liam Stan, ahead of his defender as well, and he had the room to run into as well. Adestella was trying to go all himself there and just got tangled up with a few too many defenders. But I'm sure that's one he'd like to see again.
Into additional time here as ball is contested in that midfield. Fairly entertaining first half, you'd have to say, Alessio. Plenty of opportunities for both sides, but more so and deserving the leader, Adelaide United, you'd have to say.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, they've been having the most of the possession, Adelaide United, and really been creating a couple of chances out wide. As you see another one go here. But for West Adelaide, I think they've held their own in the midfield there. That midfield 3 that they've brought in today.
Crawford. His touch with a bit too much on it.
That midfield 3 they've brought in today have really provided their worth and probably shown the coach why they have brought him in and what the reason is for that. They've really held their own there, and I think that they're still in this game, West Adelaide. I mean, they've yet to really involve Riley Stam as much as I think they would have hoped. Ivanic has gotten the ball a little bit, but he's just been not getting the chances besides that one that struck the post on target. But otherwise, I think they're well in this game, and keeping it only at 1 at half-time, I think is going to provide a lot for in the second half.
Joe Grucho, the sole goal scorer at the 33rd minute, scored once here before in the NPL in that 3-2 win against Croydon. As we look at the half-time stats, 12 shots, 3 on target for Adelaide United, 6 and 4 for West Adelaide. Plenty of corners and only the one booking for Bailey O'Neill as we head to the half-time break. School holidays are almost here. Our Kickstart and Game Ready clinics are back these holidays. They are the perfect chance for boys and girls aged 5 to 14 to stay active, make new friends and build their skills through fun and engaging sessions. Do not miss out. Spots are filling fast as we have a look at some of the results from the past rounds.
I signed my child up. Well, this is probably second time, I reckon. Last year we did it as well.
I thought it'd be good for her to get out and be active because she loves playing soccer.
It's just great to get the kids out, especially off the iPads and stuff like that as well.
She's made new friends, and I'd definitely recommend it to other people.
So you just enjoy the game and just enjoy playing with other kids, yeah.
For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price, turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
At Service FM, we know every workplace is different. Every challenge is unique. That's why we personalise our services to our customers' different needs across different industries. From medical to mining and manufacturing, hospitality to healthcare, commercial to defence. So when you need to create a better work environment, you need Service FM. Proud partner with Football South Australia.
Inside. That pass isn't really that great, but they still have it. Shot from distance, and that is an absolute rocket from Caelan Laird. Super sub comes on, makes it 3-0.
Cutting inside, has the strike. Hussein! That's an unbelievable goal for Hussein for his first of the club. We're only 5 minutes in here, but he's almost taken the net off.
The ball. Bucco now, great cross field pass to Dominic Costanzo on this side here, on his left, gets a shot in, that's goal bound, and it's gone in. Fine finish by Dominic Costanzo, making it 1-1 on the One World LED and Sportal scoreboard, and maybe more. Scores update in a minute here as this free kick comes in from Kasimovic, who's hit it well. Oh, Hasan Kasimovic, pick that one out. Oh, that's I've got no words, Paul. No, that doesn't happen very often, but that's a fine free kick.
Oh, that's a super strike. Super strike.
Might have been coming out to the path back Stella, but yeah, now Porter on the break. Sia John has a shot from distance. Wow! Goal of the week! Sia John!
One of the best signs that we know when it is a positive experience is when children keep coming back. We want them to be open to make a mistake so they keep learning. The learning is hidden within the games. So as much as possible, get in contact with the ball.
The kids are repeating the drills a lot, so it just becomes a muscle memory. The kids don't need to focus on the skill itself, they just do it naturally, yeah.
I love refereeing because it's a challenge, you know, to go out to try and get the right decision, manage some of the egos or the personalities, knowing that you've got all these different types of people at play. And it's actually been a good life school as well. I started refereeing junior games on the Sunday. I was playing in senior football on the Saturday, so I felt like, you know, making some money. I think I was a decent player back then. You know, I could have stayed around and played senior football in NPL, but I decided to go refereeing, and I've got in the National League much quicker than if I was as a player. Probably wouldn't have made it as a player, to be honest. Just kind of never looked back and was happy to progress. But I think people should try refereeing. I think it's a great tool to realise, you know, how you can also contribute to part of the game. There's pathways. Definitely it can be a rewarding career.
For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
Adelaide wakes up with 5AA, David Penberthy and Will Goodings. Tom Wren for sport. Jade Robran on the scene as it happens. Jess Adamson with the news that matters to Adelaide. Breakfast with David and Will, bringing together the names you trust with everything you need to know to start your day. Always live, always local and only on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
So the Youth Club Championship, we've designed a structure where the under 13s, under 14s, under 15s and 16s all compete together as one club. They'll play at the same venue, they'll play one after each other. It allows the technical director to be at the venue to help educate and look after the coaches, and also there's a focus on player development.
Players are now knowing where they are at and the pathway to follow each year. If they continue with the YCC, they should be in a position where they can go into senior football. It's a lot clearer around the steps they need to take to keep tracking as a player.
We've created an additional YCC training session or seminar night. All the players involved had the opportunity to do an extra additional skills session development plan, and we had Adrian Stanter coming in to talk about how to become a more professional player from a younger age.
The fact that as a club we are investing heavily in the juniors to ensure that we're putting those tools in place that the YCC is wanting from us, that's certainly bringing around some benefits to the club and to junior development across the board.
Everyone's trying to obtain points for their club, but also with a strong focus on how do we create a competition where players can play against like players.
The one thing I have noticed is it's been a bit more focused on getting the balance right. So, you know, trying to keep the best teams playing against each other throughout the entire year and not having this big disparity between one team or another, one club or another.
So what it has allowed us to do is have quality games every week, which has benefited the competition and given the girls a chance to sort of understand what it's like to play at that elite level. While development is a good focus, the YCC does bring out the aspect of results as well, which helps find that balance for players to transition to senior football.
So I think with the YCC structure now in place, there's become a better level, and with a better level there's been higher intensity within our sessions, and that's allowed for greater development in terms of a player technically, tactically, and that's given them the best chance to keep improving their game.
Yeah, look, I think there's certainly brought around a lot of excitement to the club on YCC Day. The club's buzzing. A lot of the parents and players really enjoy seeing the kids play and what is really now an elite pathway in junior football in our state.
Something that resonated with me right on the onset was about connecting a budding footballer with the right coach with the right club, and the right club being part of the right football environment. So the YCC tells me that this has been a fantastic implementation by Football South Australia.
Still in the box, and it's another goal!
I love that one. She kicks the ball. Okay.
To start the second half of West Adelaide, Adelaide.
Welcome back for the second half here at Cooper Stadium between Adelaide United 1-0 up against West Adelaide. The Reds to kick us off. Through the first half goal scorer in Joey Garuccio. Tom Brinkworth blowing his whistle and underway for the second 45. And commentator Seb O'Neill joins alongside Alessio Croce. The one change for Adelaide United, Luke Hurst coming on for his second match of the season.
Yeah, we talked about at the start of the game, Bailey O'Neill was going to be back in his usual position at left fullback, but it looks like he's going to have to go into centre back at the moment. Not sure if it's an injury to Stanisic or what, but he's gone into the centre of defence, while Luke Hurst, I think, is at the left of fullback. Of course, in their build-up, he might be around the place, but I think, he lines up at left fullback for them. And as you said, his second senior appearance for the United team, so another one with a good opportunity to stake his claim for a position while the players are away on international and emerging duties. So it'll be interesting to see what he can do. A player I've never seen. I'm not sure what his history is club-wise, or if he's been in the reserves and NTC system as well. But it's another one that is looking for opportunity.
A junior of Cumberland United is Luke Hurst. Played mainly all his football with the under-18s Football SA side, as Crawford puts in a ball in, and that's a good save from O'Donnell just to finish off on Hurst. Yeah, Cumberland United junior played 11 matches and scored 1 goal for the NTC under-18s, and just the 2 reserves matches last year, so catapulted into first-team football, really.
I think you get that with defenders as well. You don't see a lot of them coming through, and a lot of them that are happy to play there. Of course, as we've seen in the past, Fabian Taladera has played there in this team, and then to get his senior appearance, it's been at left fullback as well.
That header comes in, and it's into the back of the net from Kasper Kuzmin. An early second for the Reds. And a first senior goal for Kasper Kuzmin.
Yeah, he was just in the right place at the right time. I mean, Kasumovic, he's going to win a header in a box, and fortunately he's put it across the face of goals, but he asked Kuzmin to get the goal as well. Another one we haven't heard of too much this season, but he's put his name in lights here at Highmarsh Stadium, and 2-0 up go the Adelaide United team just after the break. It's a big deficit now for West Adelaide to come back from.
Another player who played majority of his football with the NTC under-18 side. 19 matches last year with them, 8 matches and 3 goals in the reserve competitions last year, and his first senior goal for Kasper Kuzmin, the Adelaide Croatia Raiders junior.
Yeah, I'm sure. I think it's his dad who is an ex-senior coach there at Adelaide Croatia Raiders, and I think he's at Metro Stars now. And yeah, of course, he's put his name in for selection for the next few weeks as well, because when we said that a couple of players are missing from this team today, and a couple of them are, of course, promoted as well to the senior side on the bench for Adelaide United. So he's come in today from the start as well, and he's really provided confidence in his coach there to make that selection, and it's paid off for him at the moment.
Cox to Kasumovic. We'll go back to Ethan Cox, another former Croatia Raiders junior, also of Salisbury United. Is Ethan Cox now at 22 years of age. Part of what has really been a production line of goalkeepers for Adelaide United. Stephen Hall, Joe Gauci, Ethan Cox, sort of a part of a contingent that have been there and abouts that starting goalkeeper and reserve goalkeeper position for the past few years. Volsky just pushed off the ball there by Crawford as Sumovic goes back with the ball. Kirk.
Talking about the weather just before in the first half, we might see some rain, but it looks like it's quite sunny out there at the moment, and Not sure how hot that is on the pitch. We're away from it.
Jackson O'Donnell, very risky there against Tattoo.
Yeah, we're away from the sun up here in the grandstand in the media box here, but looks like it's got a bit hot, and I don't think we saw much sprinkler action at half-time, so maybe that pitch is getting a bit warm now, and the players, of course, will start to tire in the second half.
This one might be a long throw for West Adelaide. It will be. Headed back towards and then cleared upwards. Pinballing in the area. Finds an option. And the cutback failed.
Yeah, they went for the long throw in there, and it looks like it's Banjak who's got that in his locker. Did create some uncertainty in the box. One time, two time, couldn't clear. On the third time, it was West Adelaide who got their toe on the ball, and he just couldn't find a shape to shoot there, Rodriguez, and clears it into the stands on the far side.
Long from Cox. Nearly getting on the end of it was Crawford. Not for Dobrovolsky. Back by Castaneda. Marati putting in a ball down the wing. Just seeing it there. There is a bit of a physical nature to this Adelaide United team, which maybe in the past they haven't had, but just a few more of those nudges on and off the ball. Again, just trying to assert their dominance over West Adelaide, really.
It's a good flicking behind there for Stam to chase. But yeah, as you were saying, I mean, it goes through all the age groups of this Adelaide United team. They are younger than all of their opponents on most occasions, so they know what's going to come against them. A lot of people are just going to try and play a physical battle and try and play them off the park, size-wise. But they've held their own in recent times, and you would have seen that across a number of age groups as well. They're building up their strength at a young age to deal with this kind of nature against teams that are just trying to physically beat them on the park. So, as you've seen, they're really holding their own in this game as well against some big bodies of West Adelaide.
Garuccio back out wide. Tattoo on the tight angle. Kept away by Banjak. We'll get a corner out of it.
Yeah, tough one to take on the left foot there from Alani Tatu. The defender followed him all the way as well. Didn't have a lot of angle to shoot there. It was getting tighter and tighter as he let that ball roll across his body. But again, getting in good spaces and a great pick out there in the middle of the park as well.
Corner goes very short. Will be delivered back in. Comes off. O'Neill.
Interesting to see these Adelaide United short corners as well. Often the case when you see such well-rehearsed moves, it's often a one pass here and then a square-up pass somewhere else. But for these Adelaide United ones, it seems like it's played to one of the other attackers and they have the range to try and do something attacking-wise themselves and maybe have a shot or trying for a dribble as well. So it's interesting to see that they don't have as well-rehearsed moves passing-wise when they have these short corners. It's more of a up to the attacker who gets the pass.
Garuccio getting past Fabrizio.
He's down there, Fabrizio, as well. I think he's maybe rolled an ankle or something that he's ended up on the ground. I think it's
actually Dobrovolsky that is down.
Yeah, it looks like we're looking at the replays here that he might have got a stud to the ankle and maybe got it rolled over as Garuccio went in for the tackle on him. So it doesn't look too good of condition here, and you can see that on the big screen as well behind us. Yeah, I think he's followed through there, Garuccio. We don't have VAR in the NPL here, even though the stadium does have it about 2 or 3 hours later, but we don't have it in action in this game here. But maybe on replay there was a bit of a late contact there by Garuccio, who's gone over the ball and through the defender there, Dobrovolsky.
Do we have now a short break in play? We'll just have a look at the results from the past weekend. On Friday night, Croydon perhaps surprisingly beating West Torrens Burkalla 4-2. Playford away at Adelaide Comets beating them 2-1 yesterday. Campbelltown 5-0 over Para Hills. Sturt Lions beating Adelaide City 1-0. A big shock there at Corinna. And Metro Stars having a convincing 3-0 win over FKB Grad, with this now being the final match of round 7. Both of these players currently, as the table stands, Adelaide United sit in 7th place, 1 point in front of West Adelaide and 2 behind Campbelltown City in 6th, as West Adelaide do drop down to that 8th position. And at the moment, in the grand scheme of things, I'll pause on that for the moment, but Crawford will let me continue with a poor touch. That now leaves a 7-point gap between Croydon in 10th and Adelaide Comets in 11th, and of course in the relegation zone.
Yeah, I think West Adelaide will be quite disappointed if they don't pick up anything out of this game. Over the last couple of weeks, we did say they got some draws recently, and they had a slow start to the season, which was picked up with a couple of wins in the middle of all of that. But they're in the Cup next week as well, West Adelaide still playing off against a team. Yes,
FKB Grad.
So they got a redemption against that game in the league last week, which ended 0-0. And they'll have a chance to maybe get back to winning ways on that occasion next weekend. But they did start the season slow, and with another game, another week going past without picking up maximum points, the pressure does amount to them. Of course, they were promoted last year, but with the signings they've made and the intent that some of their players have said, that they're obviously looking to make the finals, and we do see that quite often with the early promoted teams in these NPL making the finals in their first year. Looks like Sturt might be the beneficiaries of that at the moment. They're sitting in the top 6 after a number of fantastic wins. But for West Adelaide, they've just got to grind out this season a bit longer and maybe put some form together.
Just the 1 win so far for West Adelaide. Sorry, the 2 wins. And that was against Adelaide Comets, of course, in that second bottom position, and Croydon. A 2-1 win there.
As you're saying, yeah, picking up some points against the lower of sides is not the best confidence-wise. I mean, they did also not lose against some of the higher opposition, which is good to note. There's a good chance for them as well.
They come forward here again, looking to get something back out of this one. Will be a corner for now as we get near the hour mark. Here on what is turning out to be a very nice day in terms of weather here at Coopers Stadium for the second fixture here this season, as that corner comes in quickly. Oliveira to Rodriguez, but Rodriguez, his ball not enough on it and way too short. Tattoo though with the switch, just behind Crawford and having to try and track back and win it. Crawford switching himself right back to Tattoo, really stretching the West Adelaide defence, but it might work out here as Tattoo tries to make his way past, and will just end up in a West goal kick.
Yeah, did well there, West Adelaide. They were at risk of being spread open by 2 long diagonals from both wingers to each other, but the defences got in the way there of Tatu. I think it was Maradi on the far side who just showed enough body to see that over the line, and they'll live to see another day with some of these attacks from Adelaide United.
This match, the 11th to have been played in the South Australian First Division. The first being played back in 2017 in Renmark. Another different venue. Interestingly enough, actually, while going through the history of these two sides, 10 matches played in the NPL. This afternoon, Coopers becomes the 7th venue in this fixture in 11 matches. Renmark, West Beach, Rushworth Reserve, the current home of Adelaide Atletico, Smith Partners Stadium, the home of the Modbury Jets, Adelaide Olympics home ground at the Parks, and also their most recent game having been played at the Cove in that final round of the 2023 season, in which Adelaide United won 3-1. Patrick McGregor getting a double, Ryan White scoring, and The only goal for West Adelaide coming through a Panakikianis own goal in the first 15 minutes. So certainly when you look at home and away advantage in this fixture, it doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah, especially as you said, both teams are reasonably homeless sometimes. In the last couple of years, of course, Service FM Stadium was being built. Kilburn Sports Complex was being finalised for league action as well. And yeah, of course, that they've played obviously in some venues where Adelaide United were looking to promote, like as you said, Renmark and the Cove as well. So very interesting, as you mentioned that as well. And sure, there's not a lot of players from either side who've featured in a lot of those games. Maybe Jackson O'Donnell was probably one of the only ones who's featured in many of them.
You lead me onto that. From their last fixture at the Southern Soccer Facility, that 3-1 win, only one West Adelaide player remains from that 11, being Luka Dobrodolski. I want to say Jackson O'Donnell was injured for the second half of the season, so he missed out on that one. For Adelaide United in that game, Ethan Cox, Bailey O'Neill, Harry Crawford and Joey Garuccio started, and Amalani Tatu was on the bench. So even 3 years, just under, between these two last playing, plenty of changes. Bailey O'Neill. Tatu. Yet to really make his mark here at Coopers, but here comes Amalani Tatu! Right on cue. Amalani Tatu. Just past the hour. Getting a third for the Reds. And maybe just perhaps stealing the match in the 3 points for the youth side.
Yeah, you could see it was a giveaway there from West Adelaide as they made the head of their Marathi into the danger zone. Adelaide United played it back first time on the occasion. It was a 3v3 at the back there for West Adelaide. Amalani Tatu with a good chop onto his left to create the space for the strike. Took out 2 West Adelaide players in that move, and then just cross keeper. That's what you do. Bottom right corner, and it's 3-0 to the home side here, Adelaide United. And I think West Adelaide are probably out of this game now with half an hour to go.
And with that, they will make changes. West Adelaide. It will be Keshav Shrestha and Siddiqui Dukuli to come on. That will be in place of Itanaki Rodriguez and Eduardo Castaneda.
Looks like they were going for it now, West Adelaide. I mean, that's 2 midfielders off and what looks like 2 attackers on. Shrestha plays in the midfield sometimes, but Dukuli we know is definitely a winger, and he's definitely going to be one to try and attack the game and try and get something out of this at least. Of course, it's great to see, as we said, another brother combination. His brother will be playing later tonight here for Adelaide United's A-League side, but it's good to see him as well feel the atmosphere of Cooper Stadium.
Yeah, just on Siddiqui Dukuli, only this match now his second ever senior NPL match, joined from the Adelaide United reserve side last year, where he had 8 goals in 20 matches.
Also part of the Western Sydney Wanderers youth team as well there, Siddiqui Dukuli, the last couple of seasons there.
MacArthur as well as Croydon as a junior. And Keshav Shrestha, another joining from Para Hills Knights, and also formerly of the Adelaide United youth team. Only the 2 goals in 12 for Shrestha. Only started twice for Para Hills after just surviving relegation last year for the Knights.
Yeah, very talented player as well. I remember very vividly the Adelaide United youth team system, playing a lot in the NPL in the first team there as well. I'm sure he's trained on a bunch of times with the A-League team too, and he's still young. I'm fairly sure, yeah, he's 23 still, and he was part of that previous year that had the likes of Bressan, Falco, Kabidi, Yengi, and names of that ilk, and see another giveaway here from Banjak.
Adelaide United could be on for a 4th here through Alex Battistella. The save from O'Donnell keeps it low. will be a throw.
Yeah, no changes just yet in this second half from Adelaide United, but 3-0 up, and a couple of the players looking for a goal themselves. Battistella now looking to try and get his name on the score sheet. I'm sure Riley Stam as well. Oh, sorry, Liam Stam is trying to get his as well, with the attacking trio of Adelaide United forwards all looking to get confident now. Here's Garucho looking for some skills on the far right, but the confidence is really oozing from this Adelaide United team. They haven't been up this much in any games this season so far, Seb, so I think they're really going to be able to try and play with some freedom, and obviously they think the result may be sealed up already, and now they can try and play some simple football.
As it stands, their biggest result of the season so far. West Adelaide's now biggest loss of the season so far as well. Crawford's taking this throw right down the line and right out for a goal kick. And only the now 11 matches played between these two, but you look at the list of goal scorers for across the fixtures over the years, and it's really a who's who, the likes of Musa Toure, Jared Clark, Aladni Rabona, Cassini Yangi, Pacific Nyongabiri, Apostolos Stamatolopoulos, Lachlan Brook, Carlo Armiento, Jordan O'Doherty, Ryan Strain, Blake Carpenter as well, a former Campbelltown player, now with Avondale, almost 10 years ago now, playing for the youth team. West Adelaide, likes of Tom Briscoe and Perry Mitras, who recently celebrated a milestone himself. Tatu looks from distance for this one, and it shaves that post.
Yeah, it was a great opportunity on his left foot. We've just seen him score one before, and he's had quite a few in this second half, actually, on that left foot, have a strike, and that one was low and hard into the bottom corner, aiming for it, and just went past the post, as you said. But
throw taken quickly, but not allowed, and will come back. She will be a yellow card, a second of the match.
Yeah, Harry Crawford picks that one up. It looked like Strether was trying to take a free kick, throw-in, early there, and Crawford was trying to stop him doing that, and we got in his way, and he maybe gave him a shove after he threw it, in fact, and he'll pick up a yellow. So I think it's Bailey O'Neill and Crawford now on bookings for Adelaide United youth team. 2 in the back 4 is something that West Adelaide should be trying to target and trying to take them 1v1, because they know they've got to be light-footed now and not give anything more away. It looks like maybe we're seeing some substitutions ready for Adelaide United, maybe mitigating that risk as well.
Of course, the youth team with a week off next week due to not playing in the Australia Cup / Federation Cup rounds, due to being the youth team of the A-League side. As we mentioned, West Adelaide with FK Beergrad at home in the Cup next week. But after that, in league action, Adelaide United against Sturt Lions up at Corinna, and then West Adelaide at home to the Metro Stars, both of those on the 2nd of May. And the league football returns. Plenty of cup action next week across the Australia Cup preliminary rounds and also the WNPL WSL Cup. All continuing. Kasumovic gets past and his ball in. Doesn't find a teammate. Lavera. Kirk. Touchdown. And fouled was Keshav Shrestha.
Yeah, another good show there. Putting your body in front, getting those legs in front of the defender to retain the ball or retain a foul. And then Shrestha smart enough to know what to do in that situation.
Looks like it'll be Fabian Grelli and Israel Monga to come on for the Reds in the final 20 or so minutes, which at this moment in time they look very likely for a fourth. West Adelaide just struggling to really find anything clear-cut in the match at the moment.
Yeah, they're really struggling to keep possession as well, West Adelaide. They're just winning it back on a number of occasions, and they can't find that secondary pass to try and get the defence out of the box and push players forward to find some gaps. They're just giving away the ball after winning it back, after working so hard to do that. And I think a couple of players for West Adelaide are probably tiring at the moment. A lot of running. I haven't seen a lot of Ivanic in the second half. To note as well, obviously Stam as well hasn't kept a lot of it. But now we see Ivanic get on the ball and try and look for his strike partner. And
trying to make a foray forward, but breaking down once again as the substitutions come in.
Looks like it's Liam Stam's going to make way, and maybe Kuzman on the far side. I think so. So the second goal scorer of the day, Kasper Kuzman, of course, scoring on the 48th minute mark from the corner, knotted down by Fazer Kasumovic. And now, as you say, Grelli and Monga will come on. And it looks like Monga is playing up front, Seb. I'm not sure if you have much history about him, but I thought he was a defender.
Correct. That's what I have him listed down as, and has played either as a defender or a number 6 in that defensive midfield. Joined from Goulburn Valley Suns in the VPL 2 as Ethan Cox has a loose one here. Adelaide United trying to keep away for now. Ivanic just lurking. Able to get rid of, but yeah, just Ongmonga joining from VPL 2, which is the equivalent, I guess, of State League 2.
Yeah, it's the third division there in Melbourne, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, it would be. So an interesting signing for Adelaide United.
Yeah, well, he was a hot talent. I mean, Goulburn Valley Suns have produced a number of young players. I think both the Koals came from there as well. And they've got a very nice youth team there, providing a lot of opportunities for youngsters in the first grade as well. So it's another one that's come through. I think he's only 18 years of age, so he's got a bit of experience playing there in senior football in that league. And obviously he had enough talent for Western United to pick him up as well. Of course, that didn't work out.
Stam trying to get one back, Riley Stam, but the flag goes up.
Yeah, of course that didn't work out, and he signed a scholarship contract here at Adelaide United.
This referee,
I think it must be a blood rule. I think Fabrizio's got something on his knee there. Referee's not happy to continue with play until he gets that bandaged up.
Yeah, his left knee. Quite a big cut, to be fair. Momentarily down to 10.
So yeah, it'd be interesting to see Monga up front here. I mean, I'm sure he's come to Adelaide United looking to try and push for that right back role or defensive roles in the A-League setup. Hasn't panned out for him just like that so far, and hasn't really panned out for him in the NPL team either. Haven't making a lot of starts, or most of his appearances have been off the bench, in fact. So
only the one start for Monga so far in this NPL season.
But of course, he can make a name for himself if he can do something up front here for Adelaide United late in this game. I mean, they had no goals from Battistella so far, none from Liam Stam either. So if he's the one to break the deadlock, then he might keep that role for a number of weeks.
Garuccio. Fabian Grelli, just that other one coming on. Of course, mentioned earlier, brother of Marco Grelli, also on the bench for West Adelaide. A junior of Fulham and Adelaide Comets, as well as Adelaide City. Goes for both of them.
I think it's only recently that Marco Grelli was also in this youth team setup across a number of teams, and his brother's doing the same now as well. Looks like he's a similar position as well, so they have a lot of good training between the two to keep sharp for the seasons.
There's a great switch ball towards Crawford, but his own ball not finding the head of a player in red. Gets past Tattoo. That's a nice ball for Ivanic. Might look for one more. Instead shapes up on his own. Falls out. Stamp. Now for Fabrizio. Now back onto the field of play. But another once promising attack breaking down for the moment. As you see those shots come up on screen. 18 shots. 7 on target for Adelaide United.
Yeah, it was a good opportunity there for both Stam and Ivanic to have strikes on goal there. It took a bit too long to make up their mind there and just got away from them on that occasion. I don't think either of them in the second half have really had a strike on goal. But a lot of work, hard work between them to even get the ball back on the first occasion. That back line of Adelaide United keep the possession so well. So probably about 10-15 minutes or 5-10 minutes in between touches from them in the forward line of West Adelaide.
Flag goes up. Final 50 minutes to be played in this one. Final match of round 7 in the men's RAANPL South Australia. Chat to a local who backs you and your team. It's better to be a member with RAA. 77 minutes played on the One Mobility and Sportal System scoreboard for all your indoor and outdoor digital display solutions. Adelaide United very much with a controlled lead and don't look likely to let it slip, barring complete disaster. Crawford. Their joint Youth Player of the Year award last year alongside Ryan White. Was Harry Crawford. Ryan White, of course, now very much a regular and a starter for the A-League men's side. Interception from Crawford here. Look to find the ball in, gets it low. That's a well-placed ball. Miscommunication, but nearly falling in for Garuccio as he was looking for that far post. Bouncing out for the corner.
Yeah, it looked like Battistella wanted to shape and shoot there. Amlani Tatu would have wanted a touch as well. Someone on the top of the box as well was looking for it too, but a bit of miscommunication, and then fell to Garuccio, had a good strike on goal, was deflected out, and Crawford didn't make an attempt for it as he was in offside position. But again, Adelaide United are getting confident in front of goals. They have the numbers in the box as well to make the chances, but just at the moment I think they're just all on top of each other's toes there to try and get a goal for themselves.
Could there be a fourth? Not with that corner.
Yeah, again, we've talked numerous times in this game about the set pieces of Adelaide United. They did make one work that went long into the box for that Kuzman goal, but otherwise a lot of these short set pieces, or even that one just there, have really amounted to nothing, or amounted to a block shot that just puts them further down the field. So for them to not put these balls into the box and create some havoc in the box is an interesting tactic from the youth team there.
Tatsu has one of his own. Now Monga looks to go himself, does Monga!
Well, there you go. The centre-back goes up front, scores a great goal, and he did something the striker couldn't do all day, sir.
A brilliant finish from Izzy Monga. His first in South Australia, his first in Reds colours. And as you said, the defender turned forward for this afternoon. Brings up the goods.
Yeah, high march as well, no doubt. I mean, to score your first goal for the club, to do it on such an occasion like this, in a fairly unfamiliar position as well, for all our knowledge here. But what a finish, directly into the bottom corner, and I'm sure some of the other strikers of Adelaide United's youth team now are watching their shoulder if he can do things like that.
a junior of Wodonga Heart. Another who has gone to those then National Youth Championships. Cyril Monga.
Paid off his coaching dividends there for giving him opportunity to go up front. Maybe he's shown something in training, or maybe he's asked for if he's got some more opportunities if it's in another position, and he's really paid his coach off well there with that great goal. And you could hear him calling for that ball a mile away as well. You could hear him calling Amlani Tatu to play him in behind there. He wants to strike, and I thought he might have even crossed from that angle, but...
And so the option was definitely there for the cut back towards Tatu, but the confidence, and to be honest, a brilliant finish. Right nestled into that bottom left on a difficult angle.
Seen some great goals from angles in that end here at Coopers as well. Reminded me of an Alhassan Toure finish all those years ago. He went to the near post. He went for the near post on that occasion, but I do remember quite a lot of his finishes going cross keeper like that.
Oliveira. I think that was a ball in rather than a shot at goal. Tatu looking to really pile it on.
You can hear Monga again calling for the ball there every time. Tats, he wants that one. Now it's Garucho who's going to drive into the box.
Finds it in the middle. This could be the fifth. A good stop by Jackson O'Donnell.
I think there was Young Hurst as well in the box